Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a Medieval 2 Total War video with MadcuteAcreal. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a strong army to win in Medieval 2 Total War online battles. A quick note, these armies are most effective when used with a strategy that is compatible with my own, which is relying on cavalry, because cavalry, I can prove it to you, is probably the best unit type in the game. Cavalry has maneuverability that you can use to go around and flank your enemy. So as long as you have stronger cavalry than your enemy, or you can make it so that your cavalry lasts longer than the enemy's cavalry, so they can't counter your own cavalry, or you can counter theirs. And then you can use the remaining cavalry you have to win against the infantry. This is why I think cavalry's better. If you don't believe me, I've only lost 2 1v1 battles. I've played many. And so, well, that's fair 1v1s, because I play a lot of 4-player free-for-all online battles, so the first 1v1 is fair. After that, you're not equal in strength or anything. But out of those first battles, I always win them, except for 2, once against Arion and once against Ektos. But So you believe me, I've won a lot. This is how it works. You need strong cavalry. So I'm going to show you the armies. Wait, before I do that, I've narrowed it down, choosing the factions. I've chosen France, Russia, Spain, and Hungary. They're all strong in cavalry. And there are other factions that are strong in cavalry that I did not choose, and I'll tell you why quickly. Oh, whoop, crap. I'll fix that. Okay. I didn't use Poland because Poland has very, very bad archers, and that's it. They have no range whatsoever. Egypt has terrible infantry. Mongols has terrible infantry, and Timurids have terrible infantry, and they just cannot hold themselves in a fight. I prefer heavy infantry because they can hold themselves, and it just doesn't work with them. For the Moors, their archers, same with Egypt actually, the archers are not up to par in my opinion, and the infantry is better with the Moors, but the cavalry is worse with the Moors, and the cavalry of the Moors is just not up to par for me. Byzantines have terrible cavalry, and I can't handle it. Even though some people think it's good, it's really not. And then all the other nations aren't really strong in cavalry. So, with France, I'm going to quickly fix this. I have this arrangement. I'm going to really quickly just remake it. I've done this many times. This is how I make every army I make. Okay. I'm gonna do this. So, as you see, the cavalry gets all the extra money. All the extra money of the army goes to cavalry into upgrades to make it very strong. With this army, it's very well-rounded. That's the positive side, really. It has very strong archers and very strong cavalry and very strong infantry. However, the main problem is that people could either have stronger infantry if they focus on infantry, if they focus on upgrading the infantry, or if they focus on their cavalry, they can have better cavalry. Because since French units are very expensive, if they over-focus in cavalry, they can beat your cavalry, or they can beat your infantry, but usually beating the infantry would not happen, because if your cavalry wins, you win the game, pretty much. Or that specific battle. So, that's the downside of France, is that they don't have, you can't really make it all the way, but it's still very strong. It's probably the best. They're very well-rounded, and you could pretty much win against everyone as long as your tactics are right. Don't think I've lost with this army at all. Maybe once. Maybe that's one of the 2 1v1s I've lost. But the other one was Russia, which is the second favorite I have right here. I have, the positive side, they have very strong cavalry. It's so strong you don't even need to upgrade it. Nothing is going to beat it unless you're very bad at maneuvering otherwise. They've also very strong archers like France, which are both French and Russian archers are very good at supporting cavalry because they're very good. They're good at hand-to-hand combat. Downside of Russia, the infantry is really hard, so you have to put all your upgrades into it. And, yeah, You have to put all the upgrades into the infantry so that they can hold their own while the cavalry is doing its other work, saying possibly it's dealing with the enemy archers or enemy cavalry. Your infantry need to hold its own for a certain amount of time, so you have time to work around. Okay? Third army I have is Spain. The best part about Spain is that they have very strong heavy cavalry and excellent heavy infantry that can pretty much do anything on their own. The terrible downside is that they have rather poor archers with no stamina. They get the work done for the beginning of the battle, but as the longer the battle goes out, the less effective they are, and eventually they're not going to help you too much once they're exhausted, which happens way too quickly for my taste. But it's still a strong army if you can use the archers right and give them proper rest between battles. If you can end it quickly, that's key. Final, I have Hungary. Hungary has very cheap cavalry. It's only 790 for this, which is so it gives you a lot of room for upgrades. So you can get it to the highest power that I've gotten besides Russia. And so besides Russia, but it has a much stronger charge than Russia or Spain. It's equal with France, but it has higher upgrades. So this may be the best cavalry. I think it's still inferior to Russia because Russia cavalry is absolutely amazing. It's 15, 19, 6, but they have maces which really penetrate armor. However, they still have rather poor archers, just as Spain does. You have to work around that, but the advantage is the cavalry, and also it has decent heavy infantry. It's less than Spain and France, but much better than Russia, so they can hold their own without many upgrades. I just put extra money after upgrading my cavalry into these dismounted chivalric knights because they're only 1319 compared to 1321 as the dismounted feudal knights, and that's how I did this. It's also a very strong army. I haven't tested it out yet, but based on theory, it should work well. I just stumbled across it just before I made this video because I was fooling around making sure that all my disapprovals were right, and it turned out I was wrong with Hungary. Hungary could be actually very good in my opinion. So, just for some key factors, each of these armies was assigned under the following rules of max 5 cav and no elephants, no artillery, and no guns, which is they're the most common rules on online battles. It also could be maximum of 6 cavalry. Doesn't change much. If it's a maximum of 6, I will add 1 more cavalry. Just get rid of 1 archer and add a cavalry because I have 5 archers and 5 cavalry in each army. Just get rid of an archer and add a cavalry, and that's how you do for max 6. And those are the generic rules of general rules. And I also use a general price of 15k plus 125 because that's how I like it. It just looks a lot cooler, and it makes, because I normally use France, it makes the extra money only turns out to be 0. That's why I use 15 to 25, but usually it's 15k for most battles, so that's why I use 15k pretty much. And that's how I would make armies for medieval to Total War battles. I'm mostly use France and Russia so far. I want to use more Spain and Hungary. Actually, I'm starting to think that I should use Hungary over Spain. These are a close third, I would say. But France is definitely on top, and Russia is definitely second. It might change because I haven't tested out Hungary, but that's how it is so far. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you liked it, and all that good stuff. So I hope it helps you win. And that's my background. I love the band Bare Naked Ladies. So I will end the video here. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.